My heart just melted because he looked so sad. He'd given up on life, and you could just tell he really needed some help. Mr. Belvedere was part of a small outdoor cat colony, and he was estimated at over 10 years old, which is unusual for tomcats to stay alive on the streets that long. When Mr. B finally walked into the trap, I think he realized he needed help and that maybe we were going to help him. He had really bad mange. He had ear mites. I remember him looking at me through that trap, like with his big old eyes, just looking at me like, all right, what next? So when I took Mr. Belvedere to the vet, they took one look at him and they said, he's really sick. You need to test him to see if he's positive for FIV and probably euthanize him. And I remember waiting on my phone all day, and all of a sudden I got a message, he's FIV positive. So I went back to pick him up, and I just looked at him, and he had this look in his eyes that was telling me that he had a little bit of fight left in him. I knew to even treat him, socialization at some level had to be part of the equation. The big one was treating his ears, and he needed eye drops. I'm like, how am I going to do this to this cat that won't let me touch him? So I started to use a wooden spoon to kind of scratch his paw or scratch his back. And after a few weeks of that, he started to trust me. It was amazing. It was an incredible experience. Just talking about it is emotional. And eventually the wooden spoon led to like a garden glove, and then I started treating his ears, and he let me. And all of a sudden though, as he was getting better, he was really enjoying what I offered him. He was enjoying being there. I realized at that point that he could stay indoors forever, and maybe he did deserve an indoor retirement. Then I got this email from like the perfect person, and the rest is history.
I saw those big tomcat cheeks and I just instantly fell in love. I cried when I saw him. We brought him up to my apartment and let him roam around. Just thinking about the moment, I get teary because it was so special. I wanted him to live a good, long, happy life, and I wanted to be a part of that. So after a couple of days of just sitting with him and talking, I would play a lot of classical music. I would sing to him, and just a lot of TLC, and he just really opened up. He's just so open to love. He loves to play. He can play all day, every day. He never played really when he was living outside. It was a really rough life for him. So being inside and having that security, and then introducing him to all these toys, it was so much fun to see his reaction. He also sings a lot, which is probably my favorite part about him. It's a different song for each emotion. I love it so much. It's so unique. I love how Mr. B is kind of spreading awareness about senior cats and senior FIV cats and cats that were former community cats outside. All the hard work and patience and time and money and everything it's going to take to rescue that animal is going to be 100% worth it. I don't think I will ever meet an animal quite like Mr. B in my life. It's worth every single second.